Right, you're welcome back. As we know, we're broadcasting live here from Draíocht, celebrating our own 25th anniversary, broadcasting live on air officially. And of course we have Drake's anniversary coming up next year, 25 years on the go, and we want to thank all our guests who have been coming in and out, bringing their coffees and their teas from the Coffee and Kale actually outside, which is doing great work in the time here. Anyway, moving on swiftly, as they say, we've got one of the founder members of the first board of Draíocht when they were putting it all together, and that's Oliver Beirne. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, maybe we can just talk a little bit about that, because I know you've got a lot of, pans on the fire or in the fire, and you've got some of your colleagues here we'll talk to in a few minutes. But can you just take us back to the putting it together, like about the idea of having a theatre here in Blanchardstown?
Well, there was a site on the town centre site for an art centre, and I think the minister at the time was Michael D. Higgins. Good arts minister. And he, I'm not getting into politics. He happened to be the minister. Yeah. And we were told that we got a group together that we could move this on a bit. Right. So I can't remember all the people. I know Alan Connolly, who's not too well at the moment. So we wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah. And no, people met in houses now. We didn't meet. The first meeting was down the library, where it was explained to us what could be done, what happened.
And that was in Roseland at the time, wasn't it?
In Roseland, and the library was in Roseland at the time. And I think Joan Burton, well, she would have turned up, I suppose, on behalf of Michael D, I'm sure. Right. So at the time, the idea was to bring the council at the time, I don't know whether it was Fingal at that time or not, or whether it was...
Well, it might have been yesterday.
Possibly, but I know that the county manager at the time had no interest whatsoever, which was interesting.
Okay.
So we didn't have any representative from the council at that time. And as we had a number of meetings in different houses around the parish, different people that were involved. And eventually there was a man called Willie Soff. He was appointed county manager. Now it's the grand title now of CEO, it's not county manager anymore. And he took a great interest in it. So it's Colin Degnan, Alan Connolly, Brendan Hannigan.
I can actually give the list of people. Yes. You probably trigger Pat Keane, Oliver Barry, who we know from Oliver Barry from...
That's right, Now, he came on board a bit later. He wasn't in the initial run.
Dr. Daniel O'Hara, who was the former president of Dublin City University.
That's right.
Stephen Beirne, we know from Green Property.
That's right.
So
he was quite active.
That would have been very, very important.
He donated the site.
That's right. Well, the site was... They had to have a site set out. That was where we...
Maura Doherty, who we all know from Riverdance. So you had some kind of interesting...
We had, they weren't
on the initial...
No, make it clear.
They just came in they were supporters,
It was very much a community effort.
So just kind of moving on then, so you got it started, and then the interest came in, and then...
That's right, and the whole thing took off. It was Willie Soft that signed the contract. Now, they pulled in quite an amount of money from different sponsors at that time.
Right.
So there was a good bit of work done before Fingal got on board. They might like to think they were on board all the time, but they weren't. But anyway, we leave that.
They are great supporters now.
That's right. Absolutely. And there's no doubt it couldn't be where it is.
No, it couldn't be where it is.
But I think, Oliver, you said something just a second ago, which is something I want to just pause for a moment, because we're a community radio station.
Yeah.
You're a community activist. I was active in those days to the Dublin 15 Community Council. And we supported the proposition. And the benefits were obvious to all. Except those who mattered, because you had to convince them.
That's right.
And that's where your job of work. And I don't think we, for 1 minute, should hold back and praise people like you for bringing this to fruition, because the benefits have been untold here in this community from what you did here. Yeah. You have left a legacy between that band of brothers and sisters that will remain with us for decades to come. Yeah. And I just want to compliment you all, because I remember watching this through the Community Council, and we attended meetings here as support. We were more supporters than directly involved. We lobbied and we did stuff like that in the background.
That's right, yeah.
But you guys had the picks and shovels effectively to get
That
us
sounds
going.
very complimentary.
Well, there you go.
My head's getting bigger listening to
He does it all the time. But I mean,
That's right.
I mean, it's true. It shouldn't be ignored because I mean, obviously, like the service that we have now with Draíocht, like the outreach, the programs it does, like
it's a terrific facility.
It's just amazing. So the first board then officially like was 1987.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to. I'm not good in dates.
No, that's fine. Well,
I'm trying not to remember back that far.
However, he has it right in front of him.
Because I'm reading it out.
That's right.
But then it kind of moved on then because the Arts Centre, the official opening was obviously 2001.
That's right.
So that's why the anniversary is 2000 and next year.
Mary McAleese opened it.
That's right, yeah.
And it was very... The first musical that was on in here was Oliver.
There you go.
No, it wasn't about me, funny enough.
Oh dear.
And the good thing, which was Cool Mind Musical Society that did it.
What's our
so
coincidence, lads, do you
to have a
think?
local
Connection.
group opening it.
Yeah.
And that was quite an enjoy. So look at...
No, I just wanted to kind of highlight because I think it'd be very amiss of us, you being here today, like not to have that connection going back to the start, how it all came together. And as Charlie says, it was good people like yourself and other people like who had the foresight to actually do something and put it together. Like, and it definitely is a beacon here for many years, like, and hopefully many more years, like in terms of providing entertainment, drama, the whole lot, and opportunity. As we know here today, now you come in here with your coffees. As I said, there's an art gallery, there's coffee, there's work going on here all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And that's the amazing thing.
And the theatre holds 280.
Yes, right.
There was big arguments at the time that it should be for 600.
Yeah.
But the overriding factor was a full theatre was far better than a half-full 600.
Yeah.
And that sort of was...
And the design of it then, because all those seats collapse and you get an open space, and you have your studio, and it is very well thought out. Anyway, that's the serious stuff done, Oliver. Serious interview.
Right,
we've got your two colleagues here.
We've got his two confederates
here. We're
here.
going to introduce them and move on to more lighter stuff.
They've been jogging on the
continue drinking my coffee.
You finish your coffee.
You can continue. These two lads have been jogging here for the last
Percy
5
French
minutes.
Troubadours, like who you've been working here. So anyway, you have a chat with those lads there
on the ground.
Go on.
It must have been a bucket of fun.
Right.
That's all I'll say.
Let's get that microphone in between.
I have Brian McDonnell and I have Anthony O'Boyle. You're both very welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks very much.
And you and Oliver and others comprise the
Percy French Troubadours. They didn't forget what they're called.
Told them.
But it's the rage. It's the rage.
It's the rage. We'll make allowances for that. I'll take it easy on them, Oliver. I'm not mentioning the war. Great band of brothers.
Yeah, well, I started back at the very beginning when Chick Curry was Lord of Mercy and Chick. He was the musical director at the time, and Oliver and another colleague of ours, which has passed on, with great character, Tony Prowford. And I started at the initial stage with Percy French, and then work commitments, I left it and I came back to it when Oliver asked me to come back when Tony passed on and come back as the stage manager and also perform within it.
So what did you play?
In Percy French. Well, I sing Paddy Riley, Come Back Paddy Riley.
We were only talking about that. So, yeah, you're right. So maybe before we end today, you'll give us a bar.
Yeah, no problem.
But just a bar or two. I've got ear defenders for you, Oliver. It's okay.
Okay.
But tell us, in terms of, because a lot of people listening who might know what the Percy French theme was.
Yeah.
Maybe just give it a second on that, Anthony, would you?
Anthony?
Yeah, it's of course it's a show devised around the life of Percy French. We have a narrator, Jim Delaney does it, who tells the story, and the songs are mixed through it.
And this is going back in the theatre hall days, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, when he travelled around, and of course he's quite an interesting character. You know, he was actually qualified as an engineer.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, but he spent his life then in entertainment. You know,
cool.
So of course he has a lot of songs that we're familiar with. You know, Mountains Mourn. Come Back Paddy Riley, you know.
You're right there, Michael. Don't forget that.
You're right there, Michael.
And Brian is going to sing that one as well, is he? I like it.
No, they don't trust me when I sing. I do a poem in it, so with the 12 pins. But so it's a show which really tells his life story, and it's interspersed with songs and dance and a few sketches as well. So,
and come here, are you guys you're active out there doing the business?
Oh yes,
all the time.
Yeah,
still going. Yeah, we raised 132,000 for charity. We do all this for charity.
Wow!
Our first show was in the studio upstairs in June 2012. So we're going since the same old stuff every day.
And it only happens to generate 132,000. That's marvellous. And have you any particular charities that you support with that?
Not that. Whoever comes along, once they have a charity, we'll do it.
Okay, so you act as a fundraiser effectively. You draw the crowds in for the charity.
Yes, but whoever's looking after the charity, they do all the donkey work themselves.
No, I get that.
The show.
But you're doing the show.
Yeah,
you're the people.
Very, very difficult for us.
Well, I can imagine between the three of you there how that must work out.
Well, for instance, we've done for the hospice. We've done a charity for the hospice. We've done the Mater Hospital recently. We've 3 shows lined up now. We're on in the Draíocht on the 4th and 4th of November.
November, sorry.
We're in the Draíocht then on the 22nd of March. And we're down in Dunboyne on the 8th of November.
Wow, you get around, don't you?
And we've a lot of other interests.
Tipperary town a month ago.
Yeah, so we've a lot.
Well done.
We've a lot of interest. People coming to us. Oliver would vet them to make sure that the proper charities and they have their.
I'm glad you said that, right?
Yeah. Being an ex-guard, like.
Nobody gets past that door.
And they do exactly as I tell them.
They do. Yeah.
Why am I surprised to hear that?
So it's a great. Look, we love doing it. The people
that was exactly what I was about to ask you.
Enthusiasm. Yeah.
We have the car. I would probably be one of the youngest in the group, so you can.
Oliver, to hear that now, are you calling him a liar now on air?
So you can take it. Like there's a guy with us, and he's 87 years of age. Like,
young, 87 years young.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Wow, and it's great to see that because a lot of people, when they get to retirement or in their senior years, they just power down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys are the opposite.
Well, this fella's so bad that we're trying to be nice to him, but we fail miserably.
That's
right.
Yeah, well done. And you see, this is what a programme like this is all about. It's about bringing people from all over the place together to talk about the community that they form, that they're part of, and they're engaged in and active in. And the last thing is very important for people who get past their 60s, whatever, or even younger. They're involved in their community, they're giving to it, and they're getting something from it. And that's what Draíocht does. It's an enabler. It's like,
that's right,
and to have that foresight, Oliver, 30 years ago. Fair play to you and all those
Don't
who
go too hard on me now, take it easy.
I'll try not to.
Just to say, the Percy French, the script for what we have, came from, he was a teacher down in Kilkee. My wife comes from Kilkee. It's very important to add that in.
Mention her name.
No, leave her alone. She's all right. She's bad enough to mention her name. And this friend of hers wrote the script that we have. We've kept stuck fairly... we've added bits in.
Right.
But Tony Proudfoot, Lord rest his soul, he was asked, could we do... There's Percy French Week in Roscommon.
Okay,
Could we do? So that was June 2012. July 2012 that was on.
Yeah.
So we had done it in the studio. We did it twice there, just to get it ready for French. So it was this script, and I had got it off this guy, dead now, Lord Martin Boland is his name. He had written the script. Now, he didn't have the aid of computers that time or anything to write.
All manual handwriting.
That's right, all of it. And I had given it to Tony years ago, and he rang me up one day and he said, if we do this, would you give me a hand? So I certainly wasn't going to turn that down. And it just took off from there.
Yeah. And is that week that you're talking about in Roscommon, that's still an annual event?
It's still going, yeah.
And do you go down to it?
We weren't asked back, so you know how to
right.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe, Brian, I won't ask you to sing after all.
So you know how good we were. Yeah.
I think they've got a museum down there about it.
That's in Strokestown. Oh, there's a Percy French thing, yes. That's not the same.
But come here, there's 18 years in the group.
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
So that when you're doing the show, like, everyone has a part.
There's 10 principal singers. And then you have the band, and you have the narrator, which strings the whole thing together.
And then we have a van driver as well.
Oh, yeah, somebody.
Without him, Tony McNally, It just doesn't happen.
That's the
come here.
driver, isn't it?
The great thing about
Tony is a great guy now.
And you're the drummer in the group. But recently, like the St. Bridget's Church, the choir, that was set up, was it? Or you were involved in
the
that?
Community choir.
The community choir, yeah. Not in the church choir is a different thing.
Oh, church choir is
so
different.
We need to,
church.
Yeah, because one woman asked me one time, she said, will you singing hymns? I said no. She said I'll be there, but she didn't turn up, so I don't know what that means.
Oliver and Michael Minnox set up the community choir, which took off. We didn't think it would, but we got 20, and all of a sudden we had 45 people.
That's right.
And we done a show in the church with the community choir.
But you see, that's the other smart thing you keep doing in life, you guys, because singing has been shown to be one of the greatest means of staying alert and alive in later life. Keeps the brain active.
Oh, no, it does.
So,
if we had brains, we'd be really dangerous.
But this is it. Look, I don't want to keep it too much now because the head is growing as we're speaking here.
But it is right. It does
you're sitting there and you're quietly listening to this guy here.
These guys are on this community choir as well.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask Anthony to come in here because the poor guy. No.
Give me the microphone.
Let me tell you, he's another good leader man like myself.
You sit there and drink the coffee, right?
Okay, give him a minute. Give him the microphone.
Come over here and have a word with us. What does this all mean to you?
Yeah, well, I've been involved in not only with the Percy French, but I suppose with drama here for years, So, I'm usually involved in the panto here at Christmas time,
Terrific.
Yeah.
And that's always a great seller here.
Yeah, that's
sold out, in fact, every year.
Yeah, absolutely, every year sold out. It really goes. It's a very good panto. We have live music at it as well, and I do some other drama stuff.
And what are you going to do this year? Can you
this year it's Cinderella.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so
I thought somebody might turn up in costume here today as the Dame.
I wonder who.
Oh yeah, the original Dame. We have to go back to him. The original Dame is here.
Dame, how are you?
Great colourful clothes and makeup.
You never let on when you came in that door.
Many times been a cross-dresser.
It's a modern world we're in.
I can handle it.
Sorry, I've got your new name, a man for all seasons. There you are.
Anyway, unfortunately,
sorry, Anthony, come back to Anthony for a second there.
Just 1 second.
And
we've got other guests. Come on, keep it going.
Never mind them. We're happy.
Tell us about
Go on.
Tell us about the drama side of it.
Yeah, I've done a good few things here over the years, different plays, translations. That I also do stuff locally, other stuff we did. This is out a bit further out the road in Dunshaughlin. We did Ulysses last summer and for Bloomsday and that, and we did Kings of the Kilburn High Road there in the spring, So I do kind of some of that kind of, and write a little bit as well. I had a show here back a few years ago, Christmas Memories, which was based on
Dickens.
No, it was based on my own experiences of Christmas down in the west of Ireland where I grew up down in our county.
Is that the place you drive through?
That's the place that they.
We went for quality instead of quantity.
Brian, we're all right there, pal. We're all right.
True Blue.
Yeah, True Blue.
He lives there.
He only lives there. He's a blow-in.
This guy's a blow-in as well, Brian. I tell you what, we'll dismiss the other three, and you and I will just continue.
Do you know what, Charlie?
Never mind the time.
Well, this guy, what he said about singing a song, do you think he might sing us out?
Yes.
Come on.
Okay, so we're going to sing out. Hold that piece of music, right? Don't worry about
you
that.
sing as well, don't you?
Meet backside.
Come on over here. Come on,
right, anyway,
join him.
Right, okay. You go ahead. We'll sing out on this, and then we'll be going for next.
Here we go.
The Garden of Eden has vanished, they say, but I know the lie of it still. Just turn to the left at the bridge of Ferney and stop when halfway to Cootill. It's there that you'll find it, I know sure enough, for fortune has come to my call. Come back, Paddy Riley, to Ballyjanesduff. Come home, Paddy Riley, to me.
Poor enough.
Hooray! Well done. What a way to go. go, huh? Do you know something? I think that's the first bit of live music we've done on this show in years. And we'll be probably getting all sorts of likes on Facebook now. Well done, guys. Well, listen,
Thanks very much.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come in.
Not at all. We enjoy doing it.
You know, the best of luck. Continue to enjoy and bring pleasure to all those hundreds of people. And
where do we collect the cheque?
Sorry, Oliver.
What?
Pay tribute to the lads that passed on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's 6 that have 6 of the Troubadours have passed away since we started. I hope we don't forget them. Chick Curry, Pat Monaghan, Tony Proudfoot, Michael Brophy,
Jack
Quirk. There's one more.
That's it, is it?
No, it's the 6. I know the 6.
Well, it's delighted that you were able to remember
There's somebody
them.
out, unfortunately. Shouldn't really mention names.
Yeah. And by the way, that cheque is in the post.
Yeah,
Good.
It's in the post. It'll probably be blank with nothing on it, but don't worry about that.
But you won't know that till you open the envelope.
Okay, listen, lads, thanks again for coming in.